It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. It's time for another old beer review from my old beer collection that I picked up in a flea market in Cardiff about 2 or 3 years ago now. This, I've just reviewed Skål, the Skål Strong Lager, brewed to celebrate the Jubilee, the Queen's Silver Jubilee in 1977. It was brewed by Skål. It was owned by Skål. The brewery was Skål, but it was actually owned by Ind Coope, Allied Beverages. The next beer is an Ind Coope beer. So the Skål was 1977. This is 1981, 29th of July 1981. Ind Coope, brewed in Wales. There we go. Strong lager, brewed to celebrate the marriage of Princess of Wales, Lady Diana Spencer. It's got a bottle number 74364, and like all good flea markets, there's a price what I paid on the bottom of the bottle, so it was £3. I paid £3 for it. I mean, I'll probably keep hold of the bottle. It's got that silver paper around the neck. Ooh, Lou Question Trediga maybe there, a loyal toast from Pobl Cymru, the people of Wales. There we go. It's the same head brewer. That's very funny. The same head brewer here on the bottle is the same head brewer who worked at Ind Coope for Skål 4 years later has brewed this beer too. So I'm imagining, being a strong lager, I'm imagining it's going to be a very, very similar beer. It's in a very similar green glass bottle. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Little bit of carbonation, little bit of a hiss as we got the beer out. Actually, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little cloud of carbonation there. Oh, look. My goodness me, look at the neck. Look at the neck of the bottle. It's carbonated. Can you see that? There's carbonation in here. My goodness me, is this beer? Oh, look, it's got a slight golden colour. If you had a look at the Skål video, that was black. That was black like death. This, look, there's life. There's life in this beer. Look, it's carbonated. How fascinating. How fascinating. Now, bearing in mind, this beer is 44 years old. 44 years old, and it's got some carbonation. That is history. That is history in a glass. It really is. Oh, look, it's got a little bit of head retention. Look as I rock the beer back and forth. I'm going to tell you again, it's 44 years old and it's got carbonation. All I can think of is that foil neck, that bit of paper foil there has kept the beer sealed. So it's a little oxidized, I must admit. It's definitely a little bit oxidized, but should be okay. How fascinating. Toffee coloured beer with a very small one finger white head. Look at the beer. Look at that. There's life. Aroma. Yes. It smells all right, actually. It's oxidized. There's a lot of toffee flavour. There's a lot of biscuit flavour. A little vinegar-like. Again, it's 44 years old. I'm not expecting anything else. Oh, a little bit of like peppery spiciness coming through. Let's dive in. But before I dive in though, this is one of the only breweries where I've not looked at Wikipedia. I've not looked at Wikipedia Ind Coope. Can anybody give me the information, or if they have any history regarding Ind Coope Brewery? Can you comment in the comments box down below? Maybe you drank their beer many moons ago. That is much better than the Skull. That has held on to something. That's held on to some, I mean, there's some life in there. It's actually quite pleasant. Some biscuit malt in there, and there's a little bit of carbonation, pushing the beer on the inside of the mouth. It's not hoppy at all. I suppose there's a little hint of bitterness coming through, but this wouldn't have been the biggest of bittery beers anyway, being a UK brewed lager. Probably a better UK brewed lager many moons ago than what we have now in the UK. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how, you know, you've got independent, you had Skull back in the day, owned by Ind Coope. Ind Coope producing strong lagers. You know, no Samagel back then. No Samagel or Madri or, you know, it was about brewing British beer. And not that I'm like a nationalist or anything like that, but I don't really see the point these days of all of this kind of like Madri and Samagel and all these continental lagers. I don't understand why we don't have our own continental lagers, like obviously we once did. An interesting brew, a brew that I'm quite happy to drink. I mean, it is a bit, I'll probably be running to the bathroom a little later on because I do my beer reviews in mini sessions, and I've decided to review 4 of these old beers today, because I've just mentioned in the previous Skull video, I'm renovating this area out here and I just simply don't have the room anymore. I've got all my collaboration beers up on the shelves. I've got some old bottles. They're gonna have to be moved in the next month or 2. I just don't have the space. So I thought, rather than like making them magically disappear, these old bottles, stick them on YouTube. Get people to see what beer was like many moons ago. I mean, yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I hope you liked the video. I'll give you one last look at the bottle. Look. Hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.